let's start this. Let's start this again. I'm a hot mess today. I
This is the most ghetto I've ever been to in my whole
so
entire
ghetto.
life.
I am so ghetto. I apologize. Y'all, let's start this. Hello everybody, and welcome to Girl Let's Agree to Disagree. We are your hosts. I'm Jessica. This is Busy. We are waiting for Hannah. We apologize for the technical difficulties. I've had a few to drink. I'm happy. We did it.
We sure did. Well, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Big D did it, okay? Now, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. But we made it to the end. Okay, thank God for the D. Thank God for the D.
Come on in with the highs, with the haze. Oh my God, we made history. Well, I mean, we did it. They did. They made history.
I'm black, so I made it too.
You made history too?
I was there in spirit. I kept giving some of the spirit of my ancestors was telling them to get Tiffany out.
Brayden, get your ass in here. I'll send you the link. Someone send him the link.
We did it, Joe.
We did
remember
it,
that night? And Kamala had just as much to drink as Jess. We did it, Joe.
We did it. We did it.
What you were sipping on tonight? Well, I had a lot of Josie. Okay, Josie, me and him and Tater Bay, we had a threesome because I had a lot of Josie Silver today because it's a celebration. And there were a couple of things that I was waiting for tonight. Before the show ever, started, I said, look, these are the things I want to know. What is Big D gonna say if he got to talk? Okay, I was really interested in what is Big D gonna say if he had to say stuff. What he gonna say? Oh my God! Okay, he couldn't even vote. Right? Like, is he gonna say words? Okay, so then it was that. Then too, is they gonna bring up and show how Kyland acted towards Xavier? Are they gonna show that? I want to know if they're gonna show that. And then the third thing was, are they going to just skip over Frenchie? I want to see all of those things. I want to see all of those things because I love how they just skip truly over the problematic person.
This was a high, okay. Look, there's some people that are mad. I get it. Mad for what was not said, what could have happened. We get it. It's not perfect. I don't think that this was a perfect season, but
y'all focused on the wrong stuff.
But we focused on the wrong thing, right? Like right now, this right here. Had this woman not won AFP, maybe we wouldn't have been like jumping up for joy as much as we did. I don't know. I mean,
the girls did like Little D. The girls did like Little D. I would even be around some of the black people and they'd be like, oh, I really did like Big D. Now, Big D, he even changed my outlook on the Asian persuasion. I was like, you know what? If me and Tater Bay don't work, maybe, just maybe, I could come over for a couple of fried rice meals. I could do it. I could do it.
Hey, beautiful. Okay, the team is here. For those, I don't know why, but I did. I sent it like Brayden said, "What's up?" And I saw that he was in the chats. Brayden, if you're still watching, I sent you the link. Come on in. We started with 4. We can end with 4.
I think he's doing that photo shoot thing for Glamour magazine
at 11 at night.
Yeah, I know he's prepping. You know, it's gonna be a long shoot. I think there's like 17 scenes. It's gonna be exclusively him. If he comes on, he'll tell you about it. But if he doesn't, now we know why. I just want to let the people in the chat know, booked and busy.
Okay, so. Whoa, Hannah, how are you, my dear? Long time no see.
I know. I'm so good.
Wasn't it just last Wednesday?
Last Thursday.
Yeah.
Last Thursday?
A little less than. Yeah, Busy. I'm going to be in your city on Friday.
I know. I've been talking to Ovi.
Behind my back? Oh, my God.
Yeah. Sorry. You're going to have to mind your business. Yes. But yes, I've already been talking to Ovi, so I know you're going to be here. Yes, and I can't wait.
Oh my God. I'm so excited.
We're also excited. Yeah, so the event, like today is a very historical moment. There's a lot of things. It was a little different. I wasn't expecting the questions that they were asking. I guess this has been a historic season for many reasons. And I think they're also historically very nice people. Like,
yeah.
So like I was expecting a little bit more
who's nice?
Historically fake people. You know, like I mean if they're not nice, they're fake, right? Because to be quite honest, I felt like more things should have been said than what was actually said. I thought it was just like too.
We didn't want to taint the moment. We didn't want to taint the moment. But Little D, he came for every moment. Wait, Little D said, "What I'm gonna do is drag Xavier. If y'all give me a chance to talk, I'm gonna drag Big D. And whatever the moment is, I'm gonna drag him." And he did that for the last 3 episodes. He's going to drag Big D any chance he gets. I am the prize. You're the prize. But it's not even your chance to talk. Okay, why is your mic on? Like,
yes, and this is compared to my season because my season was just very. There was a lot of tension in the air, but
there wasn't enough questions to ask.
But I also feel like there should have been a lot of tension. So one of the things, like, what surprised you, if anything, today? Did anything surprise you?
Unanimous vote?
No.
You didn't? I honestly thought Kyland was gonna be a bitter Betty. I thought he was I was almost for sure that he voted Big D the way he was going so hard for him.
I was surprised that he continued to double down on this, like, well, I'm sorry that you feel that way kind of persona, and like trying to backtrack and be like, well, I never said that, or like, you know, still going like, he even said, he was like, yeah, I've been asked this a lot of times, like maybe put 2 and 2 together and realize that maybe there's a reason that people keep asking you about this.
No,
like,
he is emotionally manipulative, and he said what he said and how he said it, and it was just just an assertion, and he just took that assertion that way. He's very calculated, that Kyland, because he's working off of your emotions. All he had to do was say Kobe once, and Xavier was like, keep it moving, get out of the door. Oh, he's emotionally manipulative, so he knew what he was doing. All I said was, hey, I hope your nephew has a great birthday.
I will say the one thing that literally had me just with my mouth on the floor was Kyland's comparison to saying that Hannah and Big D were interchangeable. And that I felt so hard that I thought he was offending me. I was just like, what the hell did I just hear?
I was like, who's Hannah? I was like, oh, yes. Oh, that girl.
I think that really goes to show, though, like how he and Big D both feel about the women on this season, though, to be so delusional that you genuinely think that Big D and Hannah like had the same amount of like strategy or impact or anything on your alliance is just ridiculous. And I think that they like, I genuinely think that they do not see any of the women as like key players in this whole alliance at all.
They don't protect Black women at all costs, but they do not. They never have, and it was sad to watch. I came into this episode rooting for Azah. I wanted Azah to like just. I wanted her to come in here and take this whole show and shut the whole operation down. Then we saw what happened when she went to Julie, and it was like, girl, thank God I didn't have to go through that. Okay. But I did go into this episode wanting Azah to just flip this whole show around, say, look, you're coming with me, Big D. Xavier, you and your badly shaped head, you're gonna go to the jury, and we're gonna just battle it out. Floater, floater. Y'all pick who floated the best, and we're going to battle this out. But it didn't happen that way. And I say, Brittany, we got some questions for you, because the way that Derek F. Now, he didn't get out the bed for much. And we can all agree that Big D stayed in the bed for most of the season. But when he got out that bed, you knew it was, what's going on with Brittany? Is something going on? Is she crying? What's happening? He got out that bed for you. And that says a lot. and you didn't even give him a sympathy vote. The nerve. And we got some questions for you behind the scenes because
Yeah.
you should have at least voted for him because that man had your back.
I mean, we could definitely ask her. We do have access to pretty much the whole cast at this point. So if there's anybody, and especially the people in the chat, if there's someone that you want to see come in, if you want us to interview, do kind of a postseason interview with anybody, please let us know. We do have that tonight. Tonight, though, we don't get to do it with y'all live, unfortunately, but we get to do a Zoom interview with Miss Tiffany tonight.
That is the saving grace of this night. I'm so happy. Oh my God. Like just seeing her and DX, like the final two there and then her getting it. I was just like, oh my God. Thank goodness.
Did y'all I just want to know if it was just me, but did you all see Xavier's face when they said that Tiffany won, or was it just me?
No, I didn't notice.
Huh? I wasn't looking. I was not looking at all. I did not see it. I want to know why
did
she wore
anybody
her bananas.
see it?
Why she came in looking like a banana in pajamas? Why did she wear that yellow suit?
Busy always with the read on the outfits.
I just girl, where's the finale? She looked better in the house. She put those braids to the side. They need to be retwisted. Then she had this yellow thing on. She gave Claire her dress. And it was like, what are we doing here, Tiffany? She had the shorts to match. She looked like she was ready to go to bed, but also to an interview. I didn't like it.
I also need to, okay, so this is a little insight to how this works. We cannot technically wear what we want to wear on finale night. It needs to be, pictures need to be taken. It needs to be color coordinated. If there's another color that another person is wearing, the other, like we have to have like 3 or 4 options. It's a serious process.
Now you had to. She picked last because she came dressed like a lemon head. You had to have picked last.
Don't rain on her parade. She won her money and she looked good. She looks good in yellow. I liked it.
Yeah,
I think she looks good in yellow. She didn't look good in what she had on today. The color was yellow, but what she had on was atrocious. I didn't like it at all. And she just won money, girl. You need to be styling and profiling in these money. And then I was thinking to myself, I want to take a picture of her, but you looking like you just got your jacket from Salvation Army, last one from Salvation Army.
I just had to say, this is why we call this show Girl, Let's Agree to Disagree. Obviously, there are people that are disagreeing with Busy right now, myself included, but Christian said it. It ain't no show without Busy reading Tiffany. It sure is not.
He just has to hate until the very end.
And did y'all notice that Julie had on the same shoes that she had on like 2 episodes ago? Money must be running low.
The way Busy even realized that.
The money must be running low.
You were so like, what was that on Lizzie McGuire? Where she's like, Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater. I know you're old.
Why is she an outfit repeater? Same last season, and those shoes are last season. She had the same last season shoes on. And this was like 3 episodes later. Julie, is the money running low?
Look at that. Busy just keep talking. He don't even realize. He just does not realize that Brayden is
when a fashion faux pas happens, sometimes you just got a tunnel vision it out.
I mean, I'm going to throw back to the girl that had a lot to say about me in the press. Busy was good.
Wait, was Busy right? Were you just on set?
No, I was.
Because you look like a stunning model.
I was
I
started crying.
It's the college scene. Yes.
For those of y'all who do not know, this is Mr. Brayden White. He actually not too long ago was in 2 Chairs and also made Canada history as the first final, like Black final 2 on Big Brother Canada. So this is like historic. Brayden, tell us how you feel.
It's very surreal, very groundbreaking. Like I always said on the show, that I grew up watching Big Brother US. So to like finally see like people that like look like you and really, you know, represent you, like sitting in like those final two chairs, like means the world. So it's very like an overwhelming feeling, but it's like, wow, we did it, Joe. We did it.
But you did it first. Y'all did it first.
Yeah, I mean,
Canada always kind of does it first, though. They're like way ahead of the game.
Birds of a feather flock together, you know?
No, but seriously, like Canada is way ahead of their time.
I loved it.
In everything. In every aspect.
The US Canada version and then the US version next to each other, and they said what I ordered and then what I got.
Yes, I saw.
What? I'm sorry, did you just call us the wish.com of Big Brother?
No,
No,
someone
they
put it
call
on
it-
and I actually screamed. They posted a picture of like me and Ty sitting in the final two, and then literally Derek and Xavier, and it's like when you ordered online versus when you receive it in store. Sent me
I'm
skyrocketed.
calling
Gone.
Fashion Nova immediately. This is not what I said, okay?
Fashion over baddie.
Wait. Okay, so thank you so much for the super chat, Pika X Rich. Okay, y'all, this is the Spanish. Gracias, Pika. It says, no estoy bravo que Tiff ganó AFP. Estoy feliz que ella ganó, pero deseo que DX ganara. Oh, well, espero que CBB3, which is Celebrity Big Brother, sea mejor. He's basically saying that he's happy.
Tiffany won.
But he wanted DX to win.
Yeah.
He wanted DX to win. He said, oh, well, he hopes that Celebrity Big Brother is better.
It's major.
Oh, the whole comment was a downer. But thank you so much for the super chat.
He said he ain't mad that Tiffany won. He's not mad.
I mean, I wanted. Did you like her outfit? What did you think about her banana suit?
No, do not continue this. This is not relevant.
Look, some things are important to different individuals. If I'm gonna lose, it's gonna be in style. And if I'm gonna win, it's gonna be in style. I don't know what she came to do.
You know,
she already did the damn thing. You know, there was
really, she could have gave that to Hannah.
Crumbs.
Busy. Did you get a $50,000 check tonight?
Oh no, ma'am. I actually got $0. That's why I'm dressed in a t-shirt. Okay, that's why I'm dressed in a t-shirt. I dressed for the occasion. Okay, she didn't know where she was going. They didn't tell her that this is the final shooting. Okay,
and it's coming for next tonight.
She had those braids in a swoop, and she put on somebody's suit jacket. Ooh. She didn't know where she was going. I didn't. I came to talk to y'all, so I put on the t-shirt.
911.
I know
I'd like
you
to report a
with
murder.
your little flip sunglasses.
Yes, come on, Five Below. Yes.
Let's just say. So Joseph made a good. I believe he made a very good comment, and I forgot what he said. You know, this could have been done in like 90 minutes, to be quite honest. 2 hours of this. I even forgot, and mainly maybe because we all get spoiled. Mm-hmm. You forget. Oh, I already knew Azza won that second HOH. So to see it on finale night was just so
redundant.
I never watch after the first HOH wins. After the first HOH, I have never ever watched until the finale night because I want to get the build up.
Was Derek okay doing that second HOH? I was like, is he gonna be able to finish? The way the pictures were covered in blood, I was like, oh no.
Derek was.
Oh no, baby girl.
Ozzy had a gummy. Okay, it hit right when the question started because she was like, and I said, Ozzy, it's just A. Pick up the A. And the problem was,
Julie,
she was the only one that we were waiting for. Please pick. Please, okay, stabilize.
She was really slow. I was like, why is she?
Girl, that gummy just
and then
hit.
she was like holding it. She was like,
she was thinking. She was trying to think.
Very that. She knew that she had to win out, so she, probably was just really thinking, like, I need to make sure this is the right answer.
That edible hit. Okay, and it came in strong. That I was leaning and she was looking at those letters and they all look the same. So girl, that's the best way to go out.
Can we talk about how obvious it is that Julie loves Azza? Like, it is
as much as she loves the Lord, girl. They are spirit sisters.
Yeah.
I believe that they like that.
Thank you, Jesus.
Shocked.
Oh, I was like, oh, she's taking us to church, Mom.
Yes,
That's what's
yeah,
going on
we're
right
at
now.
church for a
You
quick
better.
second. I'm not offended. I love God. So, but I mean, I see how it could be offensive to some other
Of
people.
course.
Yeah, the
You know,
people say that he don't like me, but that's
Not
neither here nor
offended.
there.
But what I
But-
will say is like, this isn't really, I mean, if no offense, and I'm not saying this, no, okay, this is as a pure joke, but this doesn't really do anything to recruit people to become,
No.
God lovers or or go to church. And they're like, well, why? I mean, Ozza was obviously praying on it and she didn't win. So God obviously was not on her favor. And she's like she was the one who was praying the most.
Yeah, but that's
So-
that's if you were looking to win. God gave her what she wanted to.
And that's
get at the end of
true.
this.
See, and that is a Julie quote. God will give you what you need, not what you want.
Yeah, so she wasn't looking for the money. Look at those earrings she had on.
And it's like,
The money
no.
was not what she was looking for.
Let me say, I wasn't offended. I do think it's odd. Like
It's
how
very odd.
It just seems a
frequent-
weird place, but
How
It was-
frequent
She's
this
proud.
happened, like maybe not at the time, but whatever.
Ever.
Whatever.
Hallelujah, sister.
iconic behavior.
I loved it. Oh, but she was
Let's-
reading Derek every episode.
Let's give one gorgeous Godzilla a hat. Thank you for the super
Oh,
chat.
kind of bullhead.
You are so nice. I'm late to the party, but I can't wait to rewatch your thoughts on how delusional Derek started the cookout. Thank you, Busy Blue and Associates, for making this season spectacular.
Oh, this is not my channel, but thank you so
We're
much
his-
for that.
We're his associates.
This is not my channel, but
I don't know how I feel about that.
you're
We
not
are
late
all
to the party.
practicing attorneys here. We are all
You're,
practicing attorneys.
you're right on time. You're not late to the party. You're right on time. We're doing CP time. We're here. You actually you got here early.
Yes,
and
the
it's fun.
delusional aspect. See, here's the thing is I think Derek is only as delusional as the people who let him be that. And I think that a lot of
Lies.
people are letting him be that delusional. Like,
They are. They're enabling this.
absolutely.
I think he's a sociopath or a psychopath. He's one of the paths
Oh, no.
where no, he seriously. There's something in him that he's emoting what he believes, not what he wants you to believe and take on.
Yeah.
This man did these things, and like he truly believes he did those things, and he feels the emotions of someone who did the. I carried you on my back this season. and
I
this
was
is like,
just-
you feel me?
I was just so confused when he was like talking to Ozza and he was like, if I bring you, I don't win. But if I bring X, I win. I was like, what?
No,
Yeah,
he thinks that truly because he thinks that this jury is so biased that if a woman sat next to anyone, that a woman would beat them. Like he's so
And-
delusional.
But it's
that he
not just to
truly
him,
thinks
Hannah.
that.
I apologize. I don't want to talk over you, but he's not the only one. X also felt this way. X also felt like if he sat next to Asa, that he would not win. And so, like, I'm very, very confused.
I don't think X. I don't know.
You
if
know
I,
what?
like-
The Me Too movement and girl power better have you scared. Okay, kick us out because you know what we're about to do. Okay, we better have you scared. Well, I'm not a woman, but I wish I was. They better have you scared. Okay, you better not bring me because you know what's about to happen.
You
Okay,
can't blame
get
this on me too.
the- You get the smaller. You
Okay,
get
I'm
you
like,
get- you
baby
get the
girl,
smaller
1 plus 1
judge.
does not equal 4.
You
Here we
got
go.
the smaller. I'm just saying the girls got these men shaking in their boots. They're like, oh, we can't bring them because who knows? The jury was full of women and Lil D.
Yeah, but I just think that that's more like another like misogynist like belief that you're like, oh, women are gonna just like only vote for women because that's what women do. They only support each other. Like, no, they all have brains. They all have emotions. They all will
I
do
don't know.
what they
I
think
feel
is
like
best.
they would have voted for a woman if a woman was last. And maybe
I
that's
don't
what
think so.
misogyny.
To be totally like truthful, a lot of us got internalized misogyny too. Like,
Oh,
this is not
absolutely.
even like. I don't think that at all. Not
That
for a
part.
minute. I think women are like just as like hard, if not harder, on other women because of like the way
Exactly.
we are wired with misogyny. Like,
I
I think
No.
it's even harder for a woman to win with an all-woman jury. Truly.
probably honestly, I think honestly probably the only way Ozza wins is if she does cut X.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Genuinely.
And she wasn't planning on doing that. so-
Exactly.
And I was praying for that. I prayed for that one.
You
But
said
she's
villain
a
arc.
god- She's a god warrior, and you know, he
Well,
was on her side.
Yeah, what I will say is that Derek, the only reason Big D impressed me was because I had never seen anybody
Don't say it.
so much of a shoe-in to be in second place, and
Make it work.
literally talking yourself out of that opportunity. Because had Azza, you know, that was a for sure thing. Like, Azza was his best friend, you know, and the way he talked down to her, the way he made her feel, the way he belittled her, like, especially going into a final two, like, you undid, you know, 80 days of like work in literally little less than a couple of days.
Work.
That was impressive.
They had nap time together, and they talked together and had snacks. It wasn't work. It just so happened she was in the room as well. But he did say, he said, look, this is the last week. What I'm going to do is show y'all how I will burn all the bridges down, and I'll stand right in the middle of them. He wanted to burn the bridges down with him standing in there. And he said, look, you remember last week when I was wavering about whether or not I was going to keep you as my best friend and that other man, and how hard it was for me? And here you are having the nerve to tell me or not tell me that you are not going to go against me. It's just hard. It's just very frustrating. And you, as my friend, should know to tell me whether or not you're going to tell me. And this is BS. I knew you were going to do this the whole time. I'm not talking to you. I'm going to leave.
What's that movie? How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? How to F up your game in 6.
If he
New
was
movie.
to be, and so we do know, like, for those who've watched feeds and whatnot, Big D did say that he wanted to be on a coach's season of Big Brother.
So do what?
Obviously, How to Lose in 10 Days. Like, I agree with
Stop.
him. Like, I know he legit.
Are you
like,
joking?
No. Not only did he verbally say that Janelle was not iconic. Like,
what?
he yes. Oh my God, where were you guys? For those who are watching this, please back me up if you saw the moment when
he said Janelle
was not iconic, that she was not a legend, that he was a bigger legend than Janelle.
To be honest,
please,
the girls
someone back me up. I will put you on. No, I will put your comment on. Don't just agree with me to agree. But no, yes, he said this. He's talking about the coaches season.
Maybe he thought he meant like a couches season. You know, he's like, he's like, I will be there.
Couches.
Let's be honest, girl. The girls didn't think that you were a celebrity or celebrity adjacent, and then when you revealed it, they were like, "Which daddy is that? Which boxer?"
No, but yeah,
girl,
I'm gonna be totally honest.
Not giving the girls what needs to be given, and what is this shirt, and what is the print? Like, you're
I
not
would have been
giving
like,
the
"Who
girls.
the hell is that?"
Right.
I don't know who that is.
Heavyweight boxer who? And you're broke?
The way I simply would have been like, what? Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I knew something was up. Okay.
Unless it's Muhammad Ali, I don't know
Honestly?
who the hell you're talking about.
And he had the nerve to say, go ahead, Brittany.
It's that if Derek just simply would have, like, from the beginning of the season, been like, I want to be like Sandra from Survivor, and I'm gonna like purposely not win anything. I'm just gonna sit here and act like nothing. Maybe then I would have been like, you know what? Maybe he's on to something. But the way that he's like, I am the mastermind of this season. I controlled everything. Everything was up to me. I was like, oh no, baby girl, what is he doing?
That's my favorite part of him. That's my favorite part. And when I say I could listen to him for hours, give me a cocktail. Oh, and I'll be the gaslighter. Go ahead, tell him what you did. And I saw it too. Tell him about that time that you. Oh yes.
It was Hannah trying to hold in the laughter for me. I was like,
I will give, like, who else wants to give Hannah the biggest credit for looking at Kyland and not throwing a chair at him? Like, I was just like, had you told me, I would have been.
Why does he need
I would not have
a chair thrown at him?
Huh?
When
she said that when he basically said that she was interchangeable for Big D, that Big D had done just as much, if not more, than her.
Sorry, girl.
Yeah.
It could go two ways. It could go two ways. Either way, one of y'all in the jury.
what I want to know is how long the argument really went on for, because you know it is edited. So I want to know if they were like going at it, and then Hannah was like, you know what, whatever, we agree to disagree, move on.
Tiffany
Or if
got in the
she
middle
was,
of it.
or if she was just like, you know what, you have your beliefs, I have mine.
We will have time with Hannah. I'm sure that we will be able to talk to Hannah and ask her actually what has
how
gone
long y'all
down.
was fighting for, and what did Tiffany say to him? Because Tiffany was big, man. She got up on her seat. What you not gonna do?
Because baby girl, what are you talking about?
I can't stand that man.
He said, "Look, I just got here.
House?
I just got here. I don't know what y'all been talking about. What y'all said. I'll tell you what I saw. I just got here."
You know, it was one of those things.
Do you just think that Kyland genuinely doesn't, like, genuinely in like his heart of heart, like just doesn't really understand what Hannah did, or do you think that he is just like, let me just?
They're two totally
let me be a little.
People.
Let me be a little villain. Let me just argue.
I think they're two totally different people. I think that Kyland can connect with your emotions, and we saw how Hannah goes into robot mode, and some people you just can't connect with, and you just don't see it for them. And I feel like he probably looked at Kyland. I mean, he looked at what he could connect with Big D the same way he looked at Hannah. There's nothing there, and I couldn't connect with this woman. There's nothing there because Hannah was like a robot until only to the people that she really liked and trust. She opened up to. Outside of that, yes, you're safe. You got it. We know each other. I'm gonna go get breakfast. And it was like, why, Hannah? Why are you always gonna act like this around the people you don't like?
Okay, he didn't see like any of these girls as like a genuine connection though. Like all of the girls that he like connected with were like a pawn in his eyes. Sarah Beth.
He liked that witch.
He at the minute also that he had any kind of connection with Tiffany, he like disregards her as a player completely and decides that she is just like she didn't do anything. Like I don't think Kyland thought any of them like no. I hate that.
Oh you know what? You gave me a new thought because he was patting up, okay, and then he did vote her out. So
the minute after, it's like in his mind a switch happened. Like once like that connection or like physical or whatever happened with them, I don't know. She's not a legitimate player anymore because she has like shown this emotional side or whatever, and like she's not valid anymore.
Yeah. Well, and let's also not forget that I think that Kyland likes to take like personal jabs. I think he's
that's what I'm saying. Like
Betty.
Yeah, I think he just likes to be like a little shit disturber. Like he likes to stir the pot.
He loves to do that, but also remember that when Hannah won her HOH, she put Kyland on the block. You know, when Kyland had asked her to use the veto on him during the time that Sarah Beth and him were on the block, she took off Xavier. So these are things that I think Kyland, maybe he just has it in the back of his mind. He's like, she wasn't
being called Big D is nice, okay? Because there's worse she could have been called.
Wait, but we're also talking about a man who had Tiffany on the block, and as Tiffany went to sleep, like she was dead sleep, he wakes her up. Kyland wakes her up and is like, hey, you want to talk now? And she's like, no, like, Kyland, I'm sleeping. Like, so you don't want to talk? No, I don't want. No. He's like, and then he leaves and he says, that's why you're in the position you're in. Like, that's why I'm taking, like, I mean, this man has fucking cojones.
We're not all
big cojones.
We're not
probably elephantitis.
I would love to see it.
With like
this is a family show.
That's why I said it.
Bring the family, bring the kids.
I'm sorry.
Can we talk about this the way I just cackled?
I heard it. I just chose to not.
What was that?
Oh, it's a no for me. Oh, Christy.
I can't.
Christy, you almost made it. Shout out to Christy.
Not who played a better game.
Not who played the better game. So
Christy did.
let's talk about some of these questions that they were asked, because I saw some people were on Twitter were very upset, and anybody who's in the chat can tell me
why?
and explain. They were upset. I think some people on Twitter think that that they were either rehearsed or they were told to say these questions. Brayden, I don't know. I mean, because you were in your seat. You know, you were the ones who were being asked. You know, you don't know nothing about this, Bill, because you had, you know, you were all the way till the end.
Oh, so Hannah, you want to go on mute? It's just, this is not our
but
segment.
No, but for those, I want to clarify.
We can just log off. We can just leave.
I want to clarify. I was gonna ask Brayden for like the backup, but he couldn't speak to this. When you're in the jury, because he wasn't in the jury, he was on second. He was in second place. When you're in the jury, you go into this room during your round table, and as a jury, you are talking about the questions you are going to ask people. So if you're mad that Tiffany didn't get to ask a question, if you're mad that Claire didn't get to ask a question, not everybody is entitled to a question. So a jury in themselves talk about the questions they want to ask. They say, what do we want to ask X? What do we want to ask D? Who wants to say it? And then whoever wants to say it says it. Hence, why Hannah said, some people would say you're here for the fame. That you should have just been like, you told me that you were here for the fame. Explain to them why not. But like, she wasn't saying that. She said, you know, this was not something the production have made. All of these questions were actually composed by the jury themselves.
Yeah.
So I just wanna like let everybody know. So y'all
Jessica,
like,
you always make it sound like this is the making of Saw. Y'all all go into a dark room and you're putting questions down, and everybody has to decide who says what question. I didn't have a problem with the question. I had a problem with the lack of secrets revealed. I had a problem with the lack of footage that we showed. I needed a little bit more from you. Two-time winner, Shoe Julie. I needed you to show us more. Let's roll the tape. Let's roll the tape. Let's roll the tape. I needed more of that, and I didn't get enough of that. If you're saying, "Oh, you're not the only person with a secret," and you're showing two girls, what did you find so interesting about those two? Girl, nothing. Let somebody else tell a secret. That's boring. Y'all didn't give us enough. Two-time Shoe Julie, and so I needed that. I felt like the questions weren't overdoing and they weren't underdoing. Look, there's a historic moment happening, and I don't need you bitter Betty hoes messing up the moment. Okay, talk about it offline. Do a whole series like Davon, or just talk about it on Twitter. Never watch it like Christmas. We don't have time for this. Okay, don't ruin the moment.
Yeah,
I feel like I didn't really have a problem with the questions. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, I didn't really have a problem with the questions. Mainly because, like, it's DF and Xavier in the seats. Like, what is there to ask? Like, I felt like we could have skipped through the whole damn part. Like, I feel like it was all very obvious. Like, I think everyone there was like, okay, this is pretty, like, clear what should happen here. So the questions to me didn't matter. I would have wanted more questions between the people in the jury. Like, I would have just let them talk to each other. I don't care what you're asking other people, because at this point we know. I mean, as soon as Xavier won that final HOH, I'm just like,
turned the TV off, and I was like, oh,
you can see Xavier. You can see him when he's in the seat next to DF. I feel like he's just like, let's just get this over with.
Simply like,
I had the money already.
Still running like.
He had the money already.
Y'all got the Uber XL outside or what? Like,
I love the part.
He's breathing the money.
I love the parts in like the beginning of the episode where Ozzy and Big D are going at each other, and Xavier's in the middle in like the bed, and he's just like, I know he's just like, God, get me away from these two people. Like, he's just like, this shit doesn't matter. Neither of y'all gonna win. Like, neither of y'all are gonna win.
Like, and whatever happens is fine with me, because it doesn't have anything to do with me. One of y'all going, and I'm gonna decide. I do wish she would have picked Ozzy, because I feel like it would have been the same result, and she did just do it. She did it just a little bit more, because, you know, Big D, he was a big presence. He did a lot in the house. But I feel like Ozzy did just a little bit more, and I really wish that he would have picked her. But I don't think that they needed this question segment. Julie could have come back and said, during the break, we did questions, and they all voted for who they wanted.
I
Julie
think
could
they
have
did
said
need that. I think they did need that. I like the fact that Brittany asked Big D how the two key decisions of like his game, like what were the two components? Give me two examples.
You want me to cheer him out? You want me to rap him? Hip hop?
He basically said, "Oh, I mean, I started an alliance. Hey, great, so did I. Ha." You know, so does a lot of people who don't make final two. There are a lot of people make alliances.
But he did.
I like though that they specifically was it Brent who was like, credit to you, Tiffany, for making that alliance. And I was just like, thank you. Thank you.
Do you think he knew? Oh my God, thank you for bringing it up. Were they watching prior to, or did he just come in and just try to override what Big D said?
No, you know what? I honestly think this was just a PR tactic.
Like
for me, it's like, wow, the one person who everybody in Twitter land and those who have watched the feeds
go get a
surfboard for the first, the man who was like the most misogynistic in the beginning, you know, and a complete harasser of Hannah. Had to say that exact thing
to a black woman,
you know, and say that as just that. It was just I was like, this is interesting.
Regardless, though, I'm glad it was said on that stage so that Kyland and the other people had to hear it, and so that they could see that the people that have been watching this at home, they know.
I fully wish that, like, when Stephanie was like bringing her key, that she was like, I was going to vote for the person that created the cookout, but unfortunately my key wasn't in the bag. So this
I can't vote for myself.
Put it in. Done.
Yes.
So I would have
Wouldn't that have been amazing?
There are discrepancies because Tiffany's face didn't even look like she was bothered. So who started it?
And that's the thing. The thing is that Tiffany really has been so gracious. When I tell you, like when we sent her those when we sent her those questions, she honestly, did you get to see her exit interview? Because seriously, her exit interview was so gracious, and she gave she gave Big D like all the acknowledgement and was just very confused where his misplaced anger was. And let me tell you something because I did not appreciate Big D calling her an angry black woman. Does that woman right there that you saw on that stage, the one who was so gracious, did that woman look like an angry black woman to you? Because
yes, in a banana suit.
I don't think, babes. I don't think. You need to mute. You need to mute. You need to mute and take a break.
I'm gonna take a break.
Just that I will be putting you backstage for now.
That was an angry SWV swoop. I didn't like it. No, I love Tiffany. I thought she should have won. At this point though, we said Xavier said he started it. Tiffany said she started it, and Big D said he started it. Now the other three lonely ones, they never said
they just sat their asses down, and they're just like, and one will say one did the other, and that's what it will be.
We need to go through. I want to go through this because Tiffany didn't even look like what, and she got an attitude face.
You say, okay, I'm gonna be a little bit like Kyland and say you need to look at this objectively. And you actually have to understand the words because the actual literal word was who created the alliance.
Oh, and
the creation would be going to each person and saying you are a part of this alliance.
He said
that was Big D. That was Big D. Who came up with the concept of all of this? I believe it was Hannah. Everybody was thinking it. But Hannah was the one who, Tiffany was the one who verbally said everything. It's on tape.
It kind of sounds like the same thing.
Xavier named the Cookout. He said, "Oh, the Cookout."
Did the first move.
He did. He said, "Oh, the Cookout." He said, "Oh, the Cookout."
It sounds like Tiffany and Big D did the same thing, but genetics did it for them. Oh, you black. Okay, you got it. And then she said, okay, we're going to have all y'all come with me. Okay, we got it. So they really didn't do nothing. Xavier started it. And we're gonna get a credit to him, and he won.
Okay.
So
I have a question.
yeah,
Isn't it normally, sorry, this is like not totally on topic. Isn't it normally, don't they normally announce the 3 top people for America's
That's what I
favorite
thought
They
too.
player?
do.
it was another white person.
So why do we think that it was like someone controversial? Like, why did they not name 3? Why did they
It's
only
Tiff-
name 2?
It was Brittany.
You think it was Brittany? Why would they not name her though? I feel like
I wish she would have stood by
I
the.
think
I
maybe
don't like that
it could
lady.
have. I think it could have been. I think it could have been either Brittany or Hannah. I don't
I'm
believe
so
it was.
annoyed.
I don't
I
think
feel like
it
if it was Hannah, they
Hannah.
would have said.
I think that
I don't
yeah,
think it was
but
Hannah.
I think maybe Brittany. But if Brittany wouldn't have, I mean, like she has such a following on TikTok and like on these social media platforms that maybe people. Maybe because it was Brittany, maybe casuals would have looked at it and said, "Ugh, they didn't give it to Brittany because obviously it's all about the black people," you know.
And these
That's
were
how
2
I
of the
would.
faves, and they're both of other minority. They were minorities, so I think it was good to just end it there. These were the top 2, and I liked Little D and I liked Tiffany, so I think it was a
Yeah.
good.
Or maybe it could have been
Mhm.
because she said that they were very, very close. So
Yeah,
maybe it's 'cause
maybe.
maybe they just blew everybody out of the water. Maybe it was just like they couldn't even touch in the amount of
Yeah, that's
of
what I was.
votes.
Yeah.
Maybe so. I was just wondering.
They
Conspiracy
do know in the top
theories.
3, yeah.
I was fully
Conspiracy.
waiting for Julie to have one of those things at the end, those stupid dice at the end, and be like, Xavier, you want to double or nothing your money? There's one more competition you can do.
You
Roll
gonna
these
slap that
dice.
dice down.
CBS ain't got that money to give them.
Well,
Double 750,000.
maybe they do. Now, they did. They
Listen,
upped everybody
They
prize
got a
money.
lot more
Yeah.
budget than BB can.
They
just
sure
say
they
that.
upped the prize money, and Julie had to wear the same shoes twice. So maybe she took a pay cut, and they upped the. I'm shocked that everybody got a pay increase, not just
Maybe
the
she
first
just
place.
like those shoes. Maybe they're comfortable and they go.
You've seen them. I don't think that's what it is. You've seen them. I don't think that's
Okay,
what
but
it is.
I realized too, they announced they're doing 750 next year too. So I guess this is like the new
Oh.
standard.
Shut up.
I mean, I hope
so you gotta
so.
give the one black person in.
Catch me applying. I will be
Continue
applying.
to good luck.
I
okay?
will. Maybe you
Business
should.
as usual.
Brayden. I think you should.
imagine?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, what I do like is that they talked about how historic and how much, because a lot of people, and I'm about to talk to y'all tacky, angry hoes. The reason why the cookout was monumental was because we've had hundreds of alliances in the Big Brother house. Okay, hundreds. We've had several, top 6, top 7, top 8 alliances to get to the end. They kind of liked each other. They kind of looked alike. Had similarities. This was the first time that 6 people who do not like each other genuinely was like, oh, I can't stand her. Oh my God, he only thinks of. These people argued week after week after week after week after week. You don't see all of the. Think of the Big Brother greats. Think of all of the seasons of days of yore, where you had these alliances who was like, you know what, we about to flip this whole thing because I'm so tired of her. These people did not like each other at all. Okay?
Yeah.
If Xavier could slit her, if Big D could slit Tiffany's throat in her sleep, I promise you would have found a way he could. Like, they didn't like each other. And yet, here we are. And that's what makes it monumental. It wasn't just about,
True.
It was a black, look, we had to stick together even though I know I didn't like this lady, okay? And I didn't trust her making my food, and I didn't know what Kyland put his nose in. But we got to do it. And it's the hope, it's the love, it's the continuation of we got to do this for the bigger thing.
Yeah.
And that's why this season, I'm not crying for y'all on the internet. And that's why this season means so much, because we've seen all of these, combinations of people before, and this is the first time we've seen a true combination of emotional, big, small, old, young, you got lawyers, you got nurses, you got everybody in the same group, and they don't even like each other, and they still kept it consistent. And the thing was, after that, I don't even care which one of y'all win. We about to make history, and I would never get over that moment. I would never get over that moment. I don't care. I'm gonna take my sunglasses down.
I can't imagine watching a show for 20 years and never seeing someone who looked like me winning, or even barely ever making it to jury.
I'm saying, like, just being like successful in the game.
Girl, I mean, this is the first season. Oh, busy. This is the first season in Big Brother history where not one white man has made it into jury. And do you know the uproar that casuals, that other people are having because of that?
Of course.
And that is what minorities see every year.
It's the norm.
Almost every year on Big Brother. I never hardly ever see someone like, I mean, and I'm like a white passing woman. I don't see Latinos, making it, making it to jury. I don't see, I don't see these things. We don't see. So someone tried getting at me. Hey.
Yeah. I've been crying this whole season. So
for those who, I think some were asking because they weren't watching the show or they didn't watch the show. Tiffany won AFP, so she won America's Favorite. Well, we say AFP, but it's America's Favorite House Guest. And DX was that. Her and DX were the two in the running.
He got whatever was left over. First place won the prize,
which was recognition, and I think that should have been like people knew that they were going hard for DX. So
fully.
So
that makes sense. It was one of the more beautiful.
Did she ever talk to Derek Frazier throughout the whole entire? I don't even think she put. Did we talk to him once the confetti?
She said he said congratulations. I saw them hug, I think. For those who are asking if like the look that Xavier gave Tiffany, it wasn't a look that he gave Tiffany, it was the look that he made when he found out that she won. It was the look on their faces of just like I mean, I'm gonna have to go back. To be quite honest, I think I'm gonna have to go back and just look at everybody's faces. Because all I was looking at was hers, but then, they panned into a couple, and then I just happened to notice Xavier's face.
What I want to know, and this is the question for the masses, and y'all put it in the chat, because I'm not an attorney, okay? I play one on TV. He said that, all of these things are true about me, but what also is true is that he's a licensed attorney. Is he practicing? Put it in the comments. Does he practice law, or did he get licensed?
I know actually a girl. She graduated from UT. I'm pretty sure the same year that Ovi did, and she actually graduated with Xavier in like law school with Xavier, and like went to school with him and everything. And so I think he just recently finished, and like there's a whole process though, like so when you get in law school it's 3 years and then you have to take the bar, and sometimes that can take like months to find out whether or not you pass or not. So I don't know whether or not he already has a position or whatever. He may have been
Hannah has just clarified he is not practicing. He just got
We
out
don't
of
know
school.
that. We don't
Well,
know
so
that.
Paige says he's a junior partner or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if he talked about it.
At the same place where Joan was working at on Girlfriends. He a junior partner where he just got out of law school. There he is not and modeling on the side. Where is he the junior partner? Girl, he said he's licensed, and that's good. Like, girl, you better than me. But you're not practicing. You can't get me out of a ticket. And that's okay.
We don't know that. He probably does have a job.
He does have a job. He's a model.
I mean, should we ask him? I mean, we're gonna interview him tomorrow. We're gonna interview him
we
tomorrow.
can.
So should we?
And
Is that
we
one of the
also need to
questions I
ask
should
him-
be asking?
Just
Are
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 you
you
a
a practicing attorney?
practicing
Yes or
attorney?
no?
You say you're licensed, but are you practicing? And then also, why you look at Tiffany like that?
Oh,
He's probably gonna answer and be like, "Well, I was, but after this check last night, I'm gonna take a break."
So he never,
take a
he
year
never
off.
ever had to step into a courtroom.
Maybe
Those-
I'm just gonna say, okay, so are you a practicing attorney now that you have these $750,000? Are you going back?
are you gonna park that, or are you gonna?
Never been, never was,
Okay,
never
so
saw
somebody
it.
in the comments, Joseph says he's a junior lawyer at Reinhardt. He has a picture on their website. Yeah.
Okay, so
he
he's
probably
giving me intern for
Okay,
Phaedra Parks.
so-
he is not an intern. Quit being a hater.
So what's under
Busy
the
is
juniors?
on 10 tonight.
What's under the juniors?
Huh? I mean,
He said licensed attorney, and I don't
A
know of a
junior-
practicing attorney.
A
He's
Well, I mean,
junior
I don't think-
partner
just
just
licensed.
means the junior partner just means that you're not like you have to take time to become a senior partner.
Yeah,
Like,
to
you
build-
just got out
yeah.
of school. Like
The masses don't know that, girl. If you can lie, say you are a bartender, then tell the
He's
people
also
that
not
you
a practicing
are partner.
attorney in the Big Brother house.
No, or in the world. We've deduced that. But we can move on from there. I made my own. I've speculated and I've come to the truth. And I'm gonna let y'all see it for yourself. We love you though.
Okay.
Give me some money.
can we talk about Brittany? Because when she started talking, I didn't even expect it. Like I wasn't even like I like Brittany, but I didn't think like it, I don't know. I just like when she started talking.
Why did this
I
happen, Hannah? Because I feel like only you'll be able to answer. Why did Julie give her the floor to do this nonsense? Okay,
That wasn't
why did
nonsense.
Julie-
What are you talking about? I don't think we're talking about the same thing because I'm
We-
talking
we-
He's
about
like, hold
we are-
on, wait a damn minute. I'm like busy. No, not
Busy.
Sorry,
Nonsense.
busy. Just hold
Yes.
your tongue because I don't think we're talking about the same thing. I'm talking
Mhm.
about
the autism.
Oh,
what the hell are you talking about?
Because I know a lot of autistic people, and I can just imagine being in them at the club or sitting there watching Big Brother, whatever, like that. And they're like, see, now y'all gonna think that we act like that. You should have just come into the house and say, look, I'm autistic, but don't think of that me that way. Like we had a lot of autistic winners and great Big Brother players. KSR. We had Ian.
I think you're
that
wrong on
stereotype
this one.
has already been gone. Now, when she said that, I sat there for a second. I said, dang. Now, do I not like her? Or do I not like the condition? And I had to reason with myself. And then I said to myself, leave it alone.
No.
And she done trapped you. And I felt bad because
this
I don't
is
know
a
who I
bad
got.
take. This is a bad take, Busy. I think that this is something that if you don't
Mhm.
personally
Agreed.
experience in your life,
of course.
we can't understand. And I understand completely why someone would go in and not say and not disclose that, because I think that there are a lot of preconceived notions of what living with a disability like that
Exactly.
can mean.
We've had Big Brother like greats though who also are autistic.
No, I know what you mean,
Yeah,
but I
but-
think that like
Ian
what she's
sat in the
saying is that
swing
like
the whole season was like, I got this, and nobody,
But, like-
and no one's going to stop me.
I see what she means when like she said that she doesn't want people to have like any preconceived ideas or like unconscious biases. Like there's a lot of like negative like annotations or like thoughts associated
So
with
then
like
keep it that
autism
way.
and like
So they keep it that way because I didn't
No.
like Brittany because I didn't like Brittany. That's just on JP.
of course
I didn't
that's
like that
fine.
lady. So stay there. Now she comes out. She's like, "Well, I want to let y'all know." And it's like, "Oh man, I was now making fun of a girl with a disability."
No, I think that's what
but
she wanted
no.
though. Like she wanted people to either like her or dislike her for
Exactly.
herself, and not not beat around the bush that she has a disability. Because I feel like that is what would happen if like people
Exactly.
if people find out in the game that you do have this, there is that in the back of your mind,
Yeah.
you don't want to do anything to be like
Exactly.
offensive.
She
You
felt like it would be a
don't want to
crutch.
whatever.
It's
Yeah, I
it's
think
an
it
unconscious
changes.
bias. It's an
I see it.
unconscious
I see it.
Exactly.
bias.
That's what I'm saying.
see
It's
it.
It changes the way that people treat you, and she didn't want people to look at
Exactly.
her as a disability, and so I think that's why she decided. I mean, I can't
see that.
I can't speak for her, but I feel like that is probably why she decided to disclose it
Exactly.
after.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what?
sure
Y'all
her whole
changed
life.
my mindset. I now see. Well, let me not say that. I definitely can see why she wouldn't go in saying that. She done, did some mind games on me, and now I'm not sure why I don't like her, and it's frustrating to me. But I can see not wanting that to be used as a crutch or someone to look at you differently. I'm here to play this game and rap like the rest of y'all. And
Well, you know what?
that's what she
It's one
did.
of these things, and I can see both points. And look, for the people who are watching, like this is the reason why we have a show like this, because not all of us are going to think the same, and
Mhm.
obviously there's a lot of different views right now, and so the point is to do this and to be respectful of each other's opinions and to
Exactly.
understand and to try to see things from a different point of view. I see both sides. I kind of understand, even though this was just a little bit rough on the approach. I am a little.
Bro, I was mad.
little.
I did not like hip hop in
But
here.
look,
I didn't like her.
it comes to the point where it's just like from Brittany's side, it's like you don't want to be judged like that, because then people are going to
Exactly.
say, let's get rid of the autistic girl because she's not going to be able to take it. She's going to be this. She's going to do that. There's going to be these preconceived notions. There's going to be like, we're going to have to baby her. We're
I
gonna have
don't
to
want
do
the
this, that, and the
autistic girl in
other.
jury or this.
Yes,
or
I don't want her.
whatever.
She's
And
not
I
going to
see that now.
understand. Blah blah blah. There's going to be a lot of these
Exactly.
preconceived notions. On the other side, the thing is that as viewers, we saw this and we knew this about her, and they didn't. Which is something that I didn't know. I actually thought they knew that she that she
Same.
had autism. So I was very surprised to even know that she didn't tell anybody. But at the same time, it's kind of like, also like, say for example, I've gone hard on Kyland. I used to like him as a person before I even knew him. I've posted. I posted on my own personal Twitter about how he has been condescending, that he speaks in circles, that he is, a certain way. And people tried to shame me, saying that he had a disability. And because
my mother said that he has two specific disabilities. She's a nurse, and she said, and the way he acts is very clear.
And that is fine. And you can't, and again, with not knowing this or knowing this or not knowing this, I don't like him because I don't like him. If he speaks in circles and whatever, it's not because I knew he had some type of disability, or I should have known he had a certain type of disability, because I can pick up on that. No, I can't. A lot of us really maneuver in life without knowing we have a disability, having a disability our whole entire lives. You know what I mean? So there, you never know. You never know. So
I learned I was black in college. But I will say that I don't think I remember her bringing up the disability. I don't remember her bringing up the autism thing. Or maybe I overlooked it because I thought that her bubbly personality was just a bubbly personality. I don't know. I just know that I was ready for her to go.
It is, though. I mean, it is just her personality. Like, I think that is just her personality.
I was gonna say, do you guys remember when she brought it up? Because I know, like, sometimes when you're in, like, the diary room, like, you never know, like, what's gonna be broadcasted. Mm-hmm. So maybe, like, for her, she just was like another, like, representation matters, like, I want to show, like, kids around the world that you can have a disability, or you can be labeled as autistic and still go on your favorite TV show and still, do what you want to do.
I think she just brought it up in, like, her intro. I feel like in the beginning when they
talked about it.
It was the very beginning.
I feel like it was like when they pick her up and they do, like the intro package. And all that.
She has her key, whatever.
I might be like remembering that wrong, but I feel like that's when. But regardless, the reason I brought it up was just because, like, I think whether you liked a person or whatever, it's still like, I don't know. I just thought it was like, I teared up and I was just like, this is very sweet. And it's been a monumental season for the majority of the reason is for the Cookout. And I don't think that anything could undermine that, but it's still just like, there's layers to it. And I think that's big too. There's layers with, Hannah Chata making it, and her, DX making it this far as well.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different layers to it, and I think that
Fully.
comes from having such a good, multifaceted cast. And
Yeah,
Absolutely.
very
that's
diverse in multiple ways.
and
I
that's
want
what
to be very
happened.
clear that it wasn't her disability. I didn't like Brittany for what Brittany showed me that Brittany was. And I got upset that then I had to waver or question my thoughts because I like to stand firm in my thoughts because I like to talk a lot of BS, but I like to be firm in my BS. And once I have to question it, then I don't like that process. But I thought it was a monumental process. And I thank you, Hannah, for giving me a little bit more clarity because I think my frustration around her cheering, yelling, and dancing, I wasn't seeing through anything else. But I can now see how important it was because I didn't understand why Julie was like, okay, in the back, you stand up. And I was like, well, why is she getting a chance to talk? But now I can see the importance of it, her prevalence, and why it was something that was definitely during this season, why it was something that was so important to talk about. So I thank you for highlighting that. I still don't like the girl, okay, but I think that it definitely was something that was something that should be highlighted.
Yeah, I want to talk about a little bit about what wasn't discussed, and I don't know if it was on purpose and to not like put a damper on what was a historic season, but we had someone like Christian being asked, what his thoughts were about the Cookout, and he calling it the best alliance, and you have someone like Brent, someone like Brent. Who yes, we forget about him, giving Tiffany her due credit for being the mastermind when all he thought she was doing was braiding hair. That wasn't a microaggression at all.
I thought you were just the African girl who braided the hair, girl.
Yeah, I thought you were just
God.
a black woman who was braiding hair all the time. I was like,
you know what? I didn't even pick up on that.
But
I thought you were just doing the twist.
Yeah.
But one thing, I mean, she was just braiding. I mean,
no, I will say the girl did braid down. Okay, the girl did braid down.
She did braid, and she did a phenomenal job at it.
Just did the micros, okay?
Yes, I just wasn't expecting the white male to just say, all I thought you did was braid hair. I wasn't expecting that. But I was looking on Twitter and I saw that Whitney wanted time on the show to talk about the blatant misogynism that happened on the show this season. And I think that this would have been a perfect opportunity to actually talk about that because misogyny was very rampant. Like it was running wild in that house.
Misogyny goes across ethnicities, okay? So it's just a complicated order. Because now we had the black people. And now we're trying to do black people plus misogyny plus homophobia plus autistic. It's a lot at once. Because we don't do that, with the others. So we got to pace it out slowly. It would have been a lot at once, and then I don't think Whitney would have been the messenger from Zoom.
I feel like Whitney could have though, because it like a lot of basically her whole time there was dealing with like Brent and Frenchie and them kind of like talking about the showmances and whatever that were not happening. And
wasn't she coddled though? I feel like she was snuggled and cuddled under the people too.
She wasn't in like a legit showmance at any point though, and I feel like she was mainly just targeted for being a girl.
I think it was a lot of it was DF. I think it's very interesting, especially the way he called her out during the comics, during BB Comics. I know we've discussed this on a prior show, but how when Whitney's comic book came up. He was talking about that top, and would you let your kid read this, and blah blah blah, you know, kind of over sexualizing Whitney.
Parents, can your kids read or vote?
You know, and it was just it was a lot of that, but it was also just the misogyny. I mean,
it was a lot. It was a lot.
It was a lot, and I feel like that would have been a good time to really.
Yeah,
I don't know
feel
where
like
it
they
would
just
have
didn't
fit
let her.
in.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking of the story as a producer, I'm trying to see how I would begin and end it, and I can't see it.
Yeah,
Unless we end with Big D cussing out Ozzy.
I don't see them like on it. Like, would I have liked to seen it? Yes, but I don't see them doing it. For one, because like this is a very monumental season.
That's what I was gonna say.
Monumental finale, and it's like, you know, I get it, but then on the other hand, it's like, do we really want to like detract from the first time we have two like Black men sitting in a finale chair, and then go and be like, hey, by the way, why did you do XYZ, whatever? Like, I don't know if it was a time thing. I don't know if it was producers being like, oh, but yeah, for whatever reason, they just decided that we were not going to bring this up.
It definitely wasn't a time thing. We definitely had enough time.
I wish they would do like Survivor and do the like, don't they do like 3 hour?
Yeah, and give each person a question.
Julie can't get the camera and the angles right sometimes for just 1 hour. She had triple eviction behind her when she was trying to talk to the house. We're gonna have to just limit the capacity. Y'all asking too much for Julie. 3 hours? That's a lot. That's a lot. But I don't know where it would have fit. I do think that it was important to talk about because I don't like the way, as much as I don't like the way that Tiffany talked to the people she was in an alliance with specifically, I don't like the way that she was talked about behind her back. She was an assertive woman who knew what she wanted and she stood her ground. The frustration was, girl, you also doing that with the people you're in alliance with, and the way you talk to me, girl, I don't like that. But that's besides the point. I don't like the misogyny that came with her just being a strong Black woman drawing your blood. And the way people looked at her. Now it's a double-edged sword because the people outside the cookout love Tiffany. Okay, here's my arm, draw the blood. But inside the cookout, no one would trust her with a butter knife. So I don't. For her, it's hard. I don't know. The misogyny was real.
I think it would have been like a good thing to talk about, but I just don't think that it really. Unfortunately, like I don't think like this would have been like the time, I guess, to do it. Like I don't know. Like I feel like like Hannah said, like would have like just detracted, and then like tomorrow all the headlines are like, you know,
Whitney
CBS
talks about
the most misogynist season of Big Brother ever. You know, like that's what the headline is. It's not like monumental or history's made.
Yeah.
You know?
I get it.
Well, I mean, we do, for those of you all who are new to the show, we have a little segment here that we like to call Agree or Disagree. You know what? Okay, so yesterday, Kemi and I were recapping the Bachelor in Paradise, and so I did a whole I did a whole other agree to disagree, but I didn't want to post it because it doesn't go with the show. But I'm gonna do this because I want to listen to some music. See, that made sense for Bachelor in Paradise because they're in Mexico. Get it?
Girl, you have to read things to us, okay?
I need to find a song for that.
And me and him, okay, so are we agreeing or disagree? What we're doing here is, girl, let's get to the game.
Let's get to the game. Okay, so for those who are watching, we are basically going to say a comment that can be true, well, you can agree or disagree with. We count it at the count of 3. We either give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and what we think you all can play and just put it in your chats. If you have something that you want us to agree or disagree on, then just write it in the chats and we'll
super
get
chat it,
going.
and then we will agree or disagree.
Yes. Okay. So the first one, obviously, because we had such a monumental season, the first agree or disagree is going to be Xavier deserved to win Big Brother season 23. Okay.
Is this like, hold on, I have a logistics question.
Me, where I'm like, let's clarify. Let's clarify.
Here the girls go.
Is this like Xavier
Out of
deserves
everyone?
to win out of everyone, or the 3 that we were given the choice? Like,
The
Okay,
two
we
that
can
take
have
the
two.
choice
We can
to.
have 2 agrees to disagree.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So let it be that yes, the first agree to disagree is going to be that Xavier deserved to win out of the 3 that were left in the final 3. Xavier deserved to win
Okay.
the title of winner for Big Brother season
Put in the
23.
comments, 1 you agree,
the-
2 you disagree.
Yeah. Up or down in the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I agree. Simply.
Agreed.
Of course.
Yes.
BD energy.
Yes. I mean, does anybody I mean,
Disagree.
is there anybody who would disagree on this?
if you
I mean-
disagree, I think you need to go to bed.
Your mama's a
Sleep on
hoe.
it.
Oh, you need to go.
Your
You need.
mama's a hoe.
You need to go outside and touch grass, babe.
You
That's what
might
you
be
need
a
to
little
do.
dehydrated.
Your mama's a hoe.
Water.
But I will say that my mind has been a hoe because I was thinking to myself, Asa should pull this out. Okay. And my mother would have been very upset with me. But I was thinking to myself, I really wanted Asa to pull this out. I want her to just turn this whole car around. Okay. And it didn't happen, but I was hopeful. So, but X deserved it.
Yeah, and for
Very
those who and for those who have questions for him, we get to interview him tomorrow. So if there are any questions that you want, yo, busy, watch your
Fatuma
mouth.
said, don't call
Fatuma
her
said,
mama.
"Don't call me mommy a hoe. Don't call her a hoe. You
First
be
of all,
respectful.
you supposed
You
just
talking
log
talking
off.
shit about Tiffany,
Yeah, just
and here
log
you
off.
are calling people mamas a hoe. Like I don't
Just log
appreciate
off.
that. We don't.
She could have been had I gone that way, but I decided that Xavier should win. But I also did feel like Asa should have. So then that would have meant that my mama could
Honestly,
have been a hoe that way.
I feel Ozza losing by 1 question. That really hit me hard. I went, not this baby girl. Been
Child,
there,
when
done
she-
that.
Wait.
She
Been
got
there,
confused
done
the
that.
days in the midst of an
Question.
HOH conference. She lost. She didn't know what was going on in the midst of one of the competition. Julie said, "Hey, Asa, oh,
It wasn't just any question, though. It was the question that she lost to. It happened to be the one ally that she went is hard for. Like, how do you miss the question? Like,
okay, no
it's not
Brittany's
like
in
That's
my
what I
circle."
was
Brittany telling how many
thinking.
times she was on. Not Brittany saying how many times she's been on the block.
I don't keep no Brittany's in my circle.
Also, these
It's
questions
scary.
were so relevant. I remember one of the questions that I got was literally how many votes did all of the jury members total cast this season? Like, how am I supposed to know that in 60 seconds?
Baby girl.
I'm literally like, what? They said we're gonna ask realistic questions. Like,
Like, kudos to them, because I wouldn't even know how to study for that. Like, how do you? No.
And there is
No.
no, and the thing is that there's no, I don't know. It's just a weird feeling, Brandon. I don't know. Like, Brandon,
Yeah.
did you feel the way? Like, you go in and you think someone's gonna give you like directions of how to do it. Okay, so how do we do this? Like, we're just gonna go in and what do we do?
fully the way I thought that, like, maybe there was like something like maybe once a week you guys like get to all like come together, or like when you're like in the diary room, maybe like someone's like, hey, like, do you want tips on how to study or whatever? But the way they're just like, figure it out, it's up to you.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
like you
therapist,
don't
right?
know.
It's a
I
TV
remember
show.
I remember the first day I came in, people were counting everything. People were counting
That-
everything in the kitchen. They were
No,
counting the
Jessica, it's
photos in
bad.
the room.
There was a barcode on the door, and I still remember the barcode because I was like, it's gonna come up. They're gonna ask me one day what is the
Everything.
total, and I will know it.
Yeah.
Oh, until this day, you're taking a shower and no one's asking for the barcode. It's
There
give
you
it a rest, okay?
Humiliating.
Exactly.
Humiliating.
It was, so I get it that it's like
I love
you
it.
can never really fully prepare yourself for those kind of
Wait,
questions.
Jessica, how did you study in the house?
She had paper. So on her season, she had paper under her bed.
I was like, what?
This is exclusive. She had college rule paper, y'all. I'm telling y'all, and somebody snuck it in.
Lie. That is such a lie. No. When people say, look, the questions seem easy, let's start by the fact that you don't have pen, paper, you don't got nothing, you don't have a calendar, you don't got anything. It is very hard to keep all of that information in your brain, especially when we're in the decade of like Google, the past couple decades where you just Google everything their damn mama. Like you retain zero information. Do you know where you're going? No, because Maps is telling you. They're telling you when to turn right, and when you're the information doesn't come in as easily. Let's just say
it's different when you're like competing and you're like there's something on the line. You know, it's different when you're at home. You're like, oh yeah, it's C, duh. But when you're literally like right there and someone's like, what is the answer? 60 seconds, go.
Y'all don't play Jessica and Brayden, man.
It's different.
I've never played this game. I'm gonna stay out of this.
Because like you think like at home you're like, oh my god, like this is so easy.
How did
I got all the answers right while I was making my steak and potatoes. I'm just saying. I was able to make steak and potatoes and I got all the answers right. So I'm just saying.
I think it's very easy. When people are recapping, look, both of them went.
Not Busy and Hannah going.
Busy left on purpose. Hannah had to step out and do something really quick, but she's gonna get back.
Y'all not gonna drag me.
No, but it is so easy for everybody to be like, oh no, this and this and this happened. You were watching everything. Even y'all, unless you're taking notes, unless you're like, you get to go back to Twitter and go on Joker's updates to read what was said.
Shout out
Joker. You get to take notes about like what people are doing, or he said it was done at 2:45, you know, on the feeds and all of this stuff. You don't got any of that. It's really, really easy to sit on your ass and look at them, and look at them and say, I can't believe they missed that. Like, I can't believe. And it's so hard. Like, I think you have just a newfound appreciation for the people that play the game because it is that much harder when you're actually playing it. It's and if you don't like someone, and if you just can't stand the sight of someone. Like, you think Azla had a stank face this whole time because she just had a stank face? No, I'm pretty sure she didn't. And I'm going to ask her, okay, girl, who didn't you like in the damn house? Because your face just told on you that you were having a horrible time. It told on you. And I feel that. Does anybody have does anybody have a agree to disagree? Does anybody want to go ahead and start with
agree or disagree? This season will change the way that Big Brother casts the rest of its seasons for the next 5 years. Agree or disagree?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
This season is monumental as it was. Okay, it had people from other persuasions, okay, and backgrounds, ethnicities, okay, big, small, tall, gay. Will change the way that Big Brother does its casting for the next 5 years.
Okay.
Agree.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm like that. I'm like that.
Maybe you do that or you do that.
Yeah.
Which one is it? I'm like,
because
I hope that they do. They're
gonna cattle those white girls and model. Here we go. We're back to the regular schedule programming.
Yeah, I just worry. I think that there might not be, because didn't they make like a statement saying that at least half the cast would be POC? Like that was like their statement last season. So I don't see
the normal person left. Half.
I see there being more than 2, but I don't maybe always see there being half.
Wasn't it Robin? Who left? Robin or Allison? One of the girls left. She said, just for this season, I won't be involved in the picking for this season. Okay, and then she's gonna come back right after that. That's very telling. Girl, this is not a long-standing change. She's like, oh, if y'all are picking black people, I will have no business, okay, being a part of this. I'll come back though when the show starts, and then I'll do whatever you need me for after that. This is not a long-standing change, girl. This was monumental. I cried, I laughed, I did everything a part of it. I even had a cookout for the cookout. And now we're back to our regularly scheduled program. I can't wait to see Billy win next year.
I couldn't see that. No, I think this is an initiative. I don't think this is a one and done. I think this is something that they're gonna be doing. It's not for 2021. We decided we're doing 50%. No, it was like from here on out, we are doing 50%. Now, I will state, and I mean, people can agree or disagree with me on this all they want. I do not agree that there should be 6 black people on the show. When you do 50%,
or of one race,
it can't be 6 of one race and 6 of another. Like this is definitely definitely very much a black versus white. Yeah. Like we still had one Latina, or we still had one. One. Actually, I'm sorry, we had one Latina, and a half of another one.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, one Latino because she's half white and he was half black. So together they made one full Latino, in sense. I think that it needs to be more than that. Like you need to have
diversity, and it comes in shapes, sizes, ethnicities, age.
Exactly.
Ranges,
you have to have more than one Asian person. You have to have
No, I agree fully.
Before Hannah, the only other person, was Ovi. He was the first. Yeah. Wasn't he, Hannah? He was the first, wasn't it?
Well, Hannah is the first Indian player, and then Ovi is Bangladeshi.
Yeah,
and then there's Kaser, but I believe Kaser is
Middle East. I thought he was
from Iran. I think he's Iranian.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that I understand this season, and I think that what should have happened. And I think that I feel the true goal is to go in future seasons and have a truly diverse cast. In, like you said, it's not one group versus another, but there's enough people that represent what our world actually looks like that you can go in and truly have a chance to play with who you like and who you get along with, and that's not automatically just all white people. And I feel it's
16 different people. Everyone is different, and it didn't matter what your ethnicity is. You're different. Okay, I'm black, and if a goth came up to me, I'm scared. Just can you please back up? But just because you're my color don't make you my kind. What? Just 16 different people, and it can happen. And we would look at it like this if it wasn't, 4 jocks, 3 Barbies, then it became so staple. And just give us 16 different people.
Yeah, I think it's gonna take time though. I think it'll be more
fully
this season. There's not gonna be there. I don't think there's a reset after this season. It's 20 years. It's just our country, I mean,
exactly.
We've had all of these problems for centuries, and just because it's been quote unquote better for 50, 60 years, it's not going to fix itself in that amount of time either. It's not going to you need time for these things to gradually change, and it's just passing one law doesn't fix things. It's just having one season where people have an equal opportunity doesn't fix the game either. And
I would actually love to see them do 2 of each, just 2 white people, 2 black people, 2 Hispanics, 2 Asians, 2
Joseph
2 Indians, 2 Iranians.
That would not be interesting to me because I don't care about your background, girl. Who are you? And like,
But
why
that,
you
but
weird?
that's the point. That's the point, because of that, it no longer becomes a background situation. It doesn't become about that. It becomes about what makes
Who are you?
Who are you?
How do you play the game?
How do you play the game, and where do the commonalities lie aside from
Exactly.
race? You know,
Fully.
because that's how people play. And
Exactly.
I got along with some of the people. I mean, like, there were no Latinos, so I had to play with other people, and I found the people that were closest.
You just became black. The black people said, "Girl, she black." Okay, and then you want HOH who said she more black.
You want HOH, the girl said you're more
black.
Bye.
So we get to interview Miss Tiffany today.
The diva of the doll.
The creator of the master plan herself. What are the questions that we should be asking her right now? I mean, obviously,
why did she wear the banana suit? Clearly, the first one.
Whenever we always talk about Tiffany, like the one who created the master plan, like it really does just like give me like post like apocalyptic vibes, where it's like she is the engineer, she created everything for us. That's why we are still alive today.
She is Oz. She's Oz.
No, she almost scrapped that whole plan and threw it in the trash. Okay. She said, "I'm done with this." Clear's number one.
She did not do anything that Big D didn't already do. You know, one of those things where he says, the biggest accomplishment that I had was that I created this alliance. And I really wanted, right after he said that, I really wanted the clip to say, fuck that bitch, and then be like, I'm done with them. I'm leaving. I can't stand the clip. Like, I wanted that next clip to come out.
And then after that clip would have been his next biggest accomplishment, which was voting Kyland.
Not voting.
Oh no, he did. That was the one and only time he ever voted in the House. And I wonder, do they tell y'all what the rules and technicalities are? Because he did not vote once, except for Kyland. He voted every week until he had to stand up in front of Kyland, and he said he voted to evict. And I was thinking, if it's that easy, why haven't you said it to Julie? Are there rules?
Rules to what?
Why he was able to say, I vote this person every week.
Oh, Hannah, you were.
I think they just thought he was dumb. I think they just like. I don't know. Like, I legit. I mean, I like questioned every week. I was like, I mean, is he meaning to do this, or is he whatever? Now I think he was doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I think I may just ask him that. I think I really want to know why he was voting and all of a sudden started evicting. Like, was there a strategy?
He said, "Well, I guess. Well, let's just take it as an answer."
I think that's a decent enough question, right? Like, it's not. Does that sound like
Ask him how many times he thinks he's voted. And then make it as a joke, like, well, the viewers are watched, and these are the things you said, and this is how many times you said it. I think he'll think it's cute.
Yeah. Oh, look at Jolene. Jolene says, congrats on a great season of recapping and interviews, fam. Can't wait for Celebrity Big Brother. I can't either. It's actually...
Oh, Jolene, my best friend. That's my best
I was like, February.
I know. That seems like very
like,
far.
girl.
Oh my God, do we want to do a roundtable of how much fun this has been doing this with? I mean, I guess Brady can't say anything because he hasn't been here, but we could talk about our experience. I did have fun recapping this with you, and I will say, Jazz, you have brought so much joy to me. This whole entire season. Outside of the fact that I was like, these black people, they getting the girls together and they're fighting each other. You were there for me when outside of the Big Brother stuff, when I was going through stuff, I was like, girl, I don't even know how I'm really gonna do it, but I'll be on this camera with you. Okay. I'll be on this camera with you. And it was so much fun. And I never felt pressured or overworked to do something that I didn't want to do or I didn't think I was ready for. And I was just able to talk and be myself, and you allowed me to do that. And I appreciate and value that. And to just be able to just be free and talk about Big Brother the way I talk about Big Brother and listen to you and have you put me in my place or Hannah, and then realize, okay, well, maybe I was wrong in that, or the way I said it. And this has just been so much fun to have this year, Big Brother, to have this season, and to work with you all. I've met some amazing people. We talked to Christian, James, okay, his filthy mouth. We got a chance to talk to Rockstar. Like we, it was
hello
not
and
even
Brayden. Hello and Brayden.
He was there too. We
Miss
talked
Rachel
to
Riley.
like now I flirt
Oh.
with Brayden all the time because Brayden be putting thirst traps out, and I gotta make sure I let him know that I appreciate them. We talked to Rachel and her baby, and the baby was there. I do be flirting with Brayden in the comments, y'all. I be in his DMs. But Rachel,
True.
and the baby was there. Okay, I got to talk to Rachel and the baby, and it's just been amazing. And then I got the chance to meet Hannah, who I didn't think I was gonna like at first. Indeed, it's just like, oh my god, like she evens me out. Okay, and it just makes it
I love
so
that.
much better.
Yeah.
And she centers me. It's like I'm really about to act a fool. And Hannah's like, well, hold on. I'm like, oh, here she goes. Now I gotta hold on, and it just makes it better. And now I'm talking to Ovi, and I can't tell you what y'all about to do, but now we're about to just chill and hang out and have fun. And
Like
it's
not
just
exposing them.
of fun. And I don't think I would have been able to do any of this if it wasn't for you, Jess, and believing in me. Because I remember the first time you gave Hannah my number, I said, "Girl, you don't be giving out my number to these people, okay?" And now it's like I use it all the time. I enjoy this season.
Busy just likes to mess around. I swear.
I do. I really do.
I want to know how many people actually think that half of what you said was actually real. Like what part was
what part was the real part?
Heartfelt, and what was just like very sarcastic.
I do love Jess. I love Hannah. I love girl. Let's agree to disagree because I don't agree with these hoes. But I can listen to them.
The feeling
and
is
I
mutual.
Can understand them. Okay,
The feeling is mutual.
But I cannot
Get in
imagine my
line.
Wednesdays being any different. And I could not imagine, even if we didn't do anything, me sitting just something and saying, girl, look at this. Okay, girl, this is amazing. And just having fun. And I'm glad we were able to do this. And I hope we can do it for years to come. I don't want nothing for you, girl, but just log in on time and have your internet working.
You know, exactly.
My internet super chat
doing
to
very
Jessica's internet. We have gotten her up to 5G. So if we just get a couple more. It did. She's coming in loud and clear.
She has a lot less links open. She has a lot less links
That is
open.
true. She did. So make sure you super chat. She's almost near Fios. So make sure you super chat $5.99. We're getting Jessica Fios. So make sure that you super chat.
Fios isn't even a
Optic
thing.
fiber.
Fios isn't even a thing in Chicago.
Oh,
we don't have no Fios.
So just 5G.
No, well, thank you, Busy. And I mean, like, no, we've had so much fun, and I don't even know why you started even talking about this, because I feel like this is not our last episode at all.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
What we gotta talk about?
Like, huh? Well, now there's posts. Well, I mean, whoever is interested are more than happy to come in to postseason interviews, because I mean, as long as they will not be hour long, obviously, and recaps. So that's of the season, but to actually have people who have been on this season, and get to talk to them, because they come out today, and I remember like it was yesterday how overwhelmed I was.
Oh, and you and me both, girl.
Like the things that you find out, the things that are like thrown in your face, the shit that you find out. Like, this is the good part. This is the good part. I remember, like, I met Hannah, and Hannah was not having it with nobody. And I was like, oh, she knows something, and I don't know anything. And I don't know what, like, I didn't know who I could say hi to. I didn't know if I should be your friend or if I shouldn't be your friend. I didn't know shit. And I think that is, like, the best part of postseason Big Brother.
You couldn't say hi to me.
Nobody was saying hi to Hannah. Like, well, I mean, I never said shit. I never talked shit about Hannah, but I knew that there were people who had specifically said things about like OV or whatever. And I mean, I knew that if Hannah saw something And if she wasn't talking to him, I was like, ooh, she ain't having it.
That's a real one. Hannah's a real one, you know?
I'll tell you a secret because I don't get two shits anymore.
We're online though,
was
so
2 years ago.
it's
This
a
was 2 years
secret for the internet.
No, the internet could hear this. Y'all can hear this. We're all fam. Everybody who's on here, you are family.
Come close.
Y'all have my phone. You all have my phone number, right?
Yeah,
no.
come close.
I remember when we all got our phones. We were at the hotel, okay, and sis, like her family was just like not having it. Like this is when she found out that like Jack was saying that she stank and that she was like that she smelled and that she would have to take a shower when they were having sex. Like a lot of really personal information. Okay, a lot. She found out. That was when she found out like that. Just so much.
Yeah, we
it was a lot of stuff.
Can you imagine Kimmy sitting next to her? Oh my God, you must have a lot of sponsorships. This is my abuela. She said I stink.
My husband, like I looked at him and because I suffer. I'm not lying. If anybody follows me on Twitter, I am not lying. I suffer from secondhand embarrassment. If I feel that you are embarrassed and I am in your presence, I do not want to look at you. I am embarrassed for you. I want to die for you.
You watch Wild 'N Out?
I am such an empath. It's ridiculous. I'm like, I feel it. I just like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm
get her off the stage.
I know. I'm really just some of the people that we have to interview. I just kind of, I don't know how to interview them because I'm just embarrassed.
That's a lot.
For your whole being.
You have
sometimes.
done a great job.
But girl, Hannah,
I just remember. I remember being in Vegas, and like you said, this is like 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, under the bridge. I don't talk to the telescope.
I remember being in Vegas, and I believe it was Kimmy, Ovi, me, and somebody else, and we were going to this. James Ryan had like hooked up people to go to this like after like nightclub or whatever, and we were like going up to like leave the nightclub, and there's two escalators like right next to each other, the like up and the down one, and we're going up it, and as we're going up it, I think it was Tommy, Jackson, Nick, and like Chrissy or a sis or one of them. And they all were like, oh my God, hi. And they were like, oh my God, is that Hannah Claire? Blah, 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 blah. And all were like, hey. And mainly to like Obi and stuff. I just remember I was like, hey, Tommy. And it just like went, but kept going.
Keep taking that story well. Keep going down. We'll like you soon.
I cannot pretend.
I heard that you were a bitch on wheels. You weren't the easiest to deal with. At least that's what the Reddit said.
What?
The Reddit?
Yeah, that's what the Reddit. That's what the Reddit said. They said, okay, well, Ovi's girlfriend's not here to play. She's a model. She's not here to play. And I saw her red hair, and I was like, oh, here she go. But I don't dive into the people's lives.
He's so lying.
I don't have the time. No, I'm serious. That's what the people said.
On Reddit, that Hannah was difficult.
He's like, I am the people.
Not
she had a time.
She had a time. I'm not gonna pretend like, especially
no bullshit.
Yeah, she don't have no time for that.
With how many like, not even just like mean or rude, but like racist things were said. Like, I am not going to convenience you to make you feel better. Like, no. We are not going to pretend and just say hello or whatever. I don't need niceties.
That's what I heard. I heard she didn't have a time. Now, it sounds aggressive. Y'all racist. I just said she had a time. Okay? That's urban for... I'm not doing this with you. I'm not giving you the opportunity or space. There's no time for that. Yeah.
That's urban. That's urban for.
And I heard that Hannah got the time, and I was like, okay, come on through, girl. But I don't look into people's lives. I saw her hair, and I said it's red. I believe them.
I legit just did this. I saw my husband, and as soon as I saw him, I pulled him to the side, and I was like, look, I know shit went down. I haven't seen anything. I need to I need to download it. I need to process it. I don't know what the hell's going on, but please do not embarrass, like I was like, do not embarrass me, do not try to start a fight, do not start to, because I have zero context of what's just going on, and there's too much. Like I'm deeply overwhelmed because it was just like sensory. It was like sensory overload, you know, because we go from having nothing to being, you know, with all these people, and so and I was just like, just tell me the people that I should not take a picture with, that I should not talk to, and, you know, be nice to them, but just don't tell me right now what they did. And he was like, Jack and Jackson. That was like the two. And I was like,
he better than me, because I was like, oh, you know what? Okay. We'll watch.
I'm totally Latina. I'm
I'll
like
tell you
my Latina mom. When I do that, do not, if we're in the store, do not embarrass me. Don't ask for anything. Don't tell me to buy you anything. You stay there. You don't say a damn word. You hear me? And you don't cry. You don't yell. If I see you doing something different, I'm just going to give you the look. And that's exactly what I did to my husband. I was just like, do not embarrass me.
I was like, I got you. I promise you, I won't do anything until it's time to do something.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this cast will hopefully be able to have. I feel like they get along really well. I think hopefully they'll be able to have a lot of fun after.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, they've all been like.
They don't party though.
For 3 months. Yes, they will. They will.
I feel like they're all going back to work.
What?
No. I'm telling you that right now.
These people have been stuck in that house for 3 months. I think they definitely are gonna go out.
Big D, yes, for sure. And then everybody else who left pre-jury. But I feel like the Cookout's going back to work.
Let's history.
Hey, Miss History, thank you so much. Miss History is my girl. She's amazing. We saw her in Dallas. Love you so much. She is always there supporting us. She has been supporting us since day one, since our very, first episode, like a year and
a real
ago.
One.
Hey, babes, let's simply know that I had all my students voting for her. She is a queen, women power. We will definitely let her know that. I think she's definitely going to know coming in that she had a lot of support from a lot of different people. So for sure.
Miss History, I don't know if I just made this connection. Are you Miss History because you teach history? Like, let us know in the chat.
Yes, she does. She does teach history.
If you just made this connection, you're late. You're late. I love you down here, but you're late.
She does teach history.
Amazing.
She teaches history.
Thank you, Miss History.
She's such an amazing person. No, Christian, they do not have their phones right now. I don't believe that they will have their phones until about like maybe midnight their time, which would be like 2 or 3 o'clock our time, which is so we have to actually get off because we're gonna be Zooming with Tiffany in the next few minutes, but
it's 1 o'clock.
We are wondering, like, technically she has not gotten her phone yet, so she still does not know anything. The questions that we're gonna ask her, I mean, like, it's very much like.
Yo, put your questions in the chat.
If you have questions, you gotta let us know because we literally have to get off and on another Zoom. Sorry, we can't make this live. I really do wish we could make it live, but it's a Zoom from CBS, so it's literally going to be like the Zoom, and then I have to save it, and then we will more than likely put it out at some time tomorrow or Saturday.
Please, girl. I will bully you. I'm letting you know right now. This week I will bully you. Sorry, it's what I'm gonna do.
I also do have a wedding to go to, but I'm gonna try to get this out.
I don't care nothing about these people's vows. I will bully you until we see these interviews. And you know why. We're not gonna do this online, even though I already did. But we're gonna get these interviews out, and we're gonna get them out.
We're gonna get them out. We're gonna try to get them out.
Quick question before we go: who found Xavier in their draft?
Yes, it is Busy. So Busy did win the draft. I know. Let's all give him eye rolls. It It is what it is.
I'm not a lawyer, but y'all know, well, I
It's
only
time
two y'all
to
know my
go.
real job. But I saw the realness in him. Y'all know what I do. And I saw the realness in him. And I said, you know, there's something about this guy. We're going to take him to the end. And here
Just
we
say
are.
just say you saw the body and go.
To be honest, that
Exactly.
too. When he's like, I'm just shaving, I'm like, no, you're not, sir. No, to feel like you're just
No, you're
shaving and
not.
looking like that, there's more stuff going on than that.
Yeah. We so appreciate you guys. If
Or
you haven't already, and yes, sorry, for Miss History Hannah, she said yes, she teaches world history, US history, and African American studies.
Yeah.
And so
Period.
she is
period.
everything.
I don't know how that just clicked for me, but we appreciate you, and
Yes.
I always remember your
A real
name.
one.
Now I know why. Now I know why it's history.
Absolutely. So I'm not going to say that this is the last time that we will all be with each other. However, I don't know when. So if you don't already, click like, subscribe, click to receive the notification, smash the bell so that you do know when we do go on. Make sure you follow all of our Twitter handles, our IG, everything is in the comment section or in the little description box. Send us some comments. Let us know if you have any questions. We are also going to be interviewing the final 3 tomorrow, but today is going to be all about Tiffany. So we're excited about that. Did I miss anything else? Next week, Tuesday, is the finale for Bachelor in Paradise. We're coming and I will talk about the finale.
Can we do the Bachelor?
Then October 18th, we are coming back full force times 3. Hannah, myself, Kemi are back in the building together, all 3 covering Michelle's season of The Bachelorette. Busy, you are more than welcome. Like, Kemi loves you.
God, I'm a strong black woman.
Do you watch The Bachelorette, Brayden?
None of these.
No, but maybe I will start.
This is gonna be historic. This is gonna be historic.
Michelle
from Matt James' season, she is going to be the Bachelorette, and it is going to be everything. We're going to be covering all of that. It starts October 18th. So we will be covering that. So this isn't a goodbye. It's a see you soon. But make sure you click like and subscribe. And thank you for everybody who gave us our super chats. Thank you everybody for being so patient with us, staying here with us. Thank you, Brayden, for your time here with us. We love you so much.
Anytime. Thank you guys for being so welcoming.
Thank you for carving time out.
So annoying.
And yes, Christian, and I am pretty sure that in February we will be covering Celebrity Big Brother 3. So do not worry, because that is what I am waiting for. This is going to be everything for me. At least I love.
Thank you everyone for all the love and support.
Yes,
Hannah,
thank
2
you
weeks
all.
ago, you were on the floor, and now, like, you're in a fully furnished, like, place. I just want to say, like, the glow up. Like, I love it.
You've seen us move.
She was like, in the midst of a move, she was like, look, I'm dedicated. Here I am with a box. This is what I feel. And now we're 2 weeks later, and there's look at the background. Look at the material. Look at the material.
I wouldn't say fully furnished yet. We got the bare bones. Give us till Michelle's season starts up, and maybe we'll have some decor on the walls.
Yes.
Love.
I love that. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that at all. Okay, y'all. Well, we love you guys so much. And peace out.
I feel